been brought into this. Let's hear from the other side. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'll say that the GDP of the country in ASEAN is not the same. All countries have very different in the GDP percentage. According to my data in 2008, the GDP of Singapore is about $40,000 and Thai we only have $4,000, which compared to one another, Thai got only 10% of GDP compared to Singapore, which is the highest in our ASEAN. And this I would like to show that if we do use the same currency, we will have we will have the cost of introduction at first. We will lose some money because we have to adapt many things to be the same. But after that, I have the data from ECB statistics that shows that the overall trend of the yield curve will go up, increase sharply, and then will be on a stable rate, which means all the countries will have the stable yield, percent yield, which will make our economy go better. Especially for our country, which have the GDP percentage not at the bottom, but we nearly at the bottom in the ASEAN. And the main purpose of the single currency is the high ability country to lift up the lower one, and will get lifted by this.
Oh, there's POI right before time stops.
Well, we can say that if we use a single currency, country like Thailand might have a higher GDP, but really how? Because you see, in ASEAN, we are very different from EU. That every country might be have more common points between countries.
So your question is?
How could we have the same? How can we be equal to countries like Singapore, since we have different resources?
My answer will be, I'm sure that we in many countries in ASEAN do have common point, which is the agriculture and some resource of the production that, in Singapore they do make the product which is more high technology than any country in ASEAN. But we all, except Singapore, do have the same in agriculture and the lower rate of production. And this will show you the common point of every country, almost all country in ASEAN. And you also asked me that how can I'm sure that the GDP will be lifted up. I would like to repeat my information from ECB statistics that the yield curve will be increased sharply and then will be on the stable rate, which means in the poor, maybe Thailand is not the poorest country in ASEAN, but we only 2 or 3 lift from the bottom, which means the economic of the lower countries will lift for sure, but maybe the economic of the middle or above the middle line will be dragged down, or if we have some common stability, it will take them only the stable rate, not too much down.
Okay, thank you very much. And we are on to our final argument for both sides.
1, 2, 3.
Well, the problem is more of a political nature because a single currency means the loss of control by government. We cannot have our own financial plan, and the government hold tight on control over the value of the currency. Through the use of monetary policy, they allow the value of their currency to appreciate or depreciate to serve the country in our own country first. So currency also defines the country. It has a nationalistic flavor in it. The plan is not likely to work in the next 100 years because, well, the people in each country, they show their patriotic side with their currency. Well, they are not likely to give up the usage of their own currency
Do you have the data that supports why people tend not to do that?
Well, actually, it's more like the feelings. Like, think about this. If you were Americans, wouldn't you be proud of your greenback dollars that every country in the world will accept it as like some standard currency? Well, think about it. Like nowadays we use our money with our king on it. Wouldn't you be proud of the king on your money? Like, it's a feeling, it's no data. It's in your heart, man.
Okay, man. Time resumes. Time continues.
Well, okay. A single global currency is a nice concept, but in theory, it can happen. But it would be nice to see it in practice. But however, it is not likely to work due to the difference in monetary policy and the different government and the strong patriotic feelings of the citizens. And I want to rebuttal something about the agriculture from the other team. Well, if we go to the ASEAN and we use the same currency, we have to use the same standards. So, and I myself think that with Thailand standards, we cannot reach the standards that the ASEAN was set. So it will be hard for Thailand. Thank you.
It will be hard for them. And our final speaker of the championship, whom your argument starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, test. Okay. The first, the thing I want to say is about the economic shocks. The meaning of economic shock is when the country, the economy of the country is go down. Okay, if the economy of the country goes down, the next thing that's going to be happen is the other country, if you share the same currency, the other country in the union will have to give financial aid to this country that have economic shocks, and otherwise all of them will go down together, and this will make all of the union become harder to be destroyed by the economic shock of one country. You know what I mean? That suppose that we have a 10 canvas around this room, and if I want to pull down one of them, I can pull it easily. But if we merge them into one canvas, and if I want to pull down that one canvas, it will be harder. Yes, because everyone in the union, every country in the union will help the country that have economic shock to become to survive from this economic crisis.
You're right. Time stops.
Well, if we're looking another way, so if that means if you can pull one country in the group, so do you think it's okay for all three countries in the group if all of to go to if all countries in the group go down together? Is it what? I mean.
The answer I would give is if the other country doesn't give a financial aid or something. This country that have economic shock will be weakness of the union, and the other country from the other union will be focused on this weakness, and they can destroy the economy of this country and pull off and down. So we have to patch this weakness to stop it. So it would be better if we help each other to become stronger. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. I would like to give an example of Greece. Yes, Greece is a country that have a financial crisis in Europe, and other countries now help them for survive for this.
We need stuff. We're going to need to count our numbers, guys, because I think this is a very close debate. In the meantime, thank you to both sides.